AAAAND Sports Radio. Look who finally has shown up. So just to let everybody know, and especially Bryce, he is breathing. So he is here. So give him a little CPR. Anyway, we're here. We're live at Barrio Brewing Company as we got a crowd. Holy cow. Hold on. We actually got a crowd. We got to move it up. We got a big crowd out here. Look at that. Look at that crowd. Look at the crowd. So we're all set, and we are here. And new night, it's Friday Night Football Fanatics. We'll be coming here on Friday afternoon, 4:30 to 6:30, doing the 2-hour stand here, getting us ready. But let's go back, as we do have over here. Oh, but you know what, though? We got to put it up. Hey, that's 3 inch off, so he's here just to let him know and everything else. Now, this is going to be hard because also, we also have somebody else that, and this is going to be hard, but maybe, just maybe, might be a better show because we might not be able to hear him as much. Might be able to hear, I don't know. See, this is the guy I met. This is the guy I met. Now he's changed his life. And by the way, we're wrestlers. This was my guy. And so I pick this up, put this on, and then I leave it here and see if they'll pick it up. So we have let's bring him in. Oh, wait. What is he doing? I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know, man. I mean, I gotta be ready.
You're here. All right, so he's here. That being said, welcome into. How you doing tonight, Podfather? Good to see you, my friend.
I'm okay.
Yeah. So.
A little pissed.
A little sick.
A little pissed.
About what? Your Dallas Cowboys winning?
No, I don't care about that part. No, I'm just pissed that this. We haven't seen Obi in such a long time.
This is true.
It took beer and food to get him out of his house.
It took beer and food to get you out of the house, is what it is. But you know how okay that is.
That's how you made it too low.
So, and plus he had to get the wife's permission, so we got that all done, work it out. He's got his buddy here. He's off camera. I can't see him there, but his buddy's out here. He's from Malta. All right, so over in Europe. So south of Italy. So he's just right now. Now, that being said, of course, that's the name of the show. Catch us from 9 to noon on Sunday. That's Central Standard Time. Over into Cali, it's 7 to 10. And we take you right up to the first games of the NFL as we cover them all on Sunday. That being said, Thursday Night Football was a very interesting game. I don't know what you thought about it, Podfather. Did you get an opportunity to watch the game on Thursday night?
I got bits and pieces of it. I was at work and I was away from the TV, so I saw some of it, but not all of it. I mean,
you saw some of it, not all of it.
I mean, the Seahawks.
Well, I got a mute button. I'm kind of because he can't hear you, so I got the mute button.
Get your ducks in order, sir. You got the Podfather here, sir. I'm here to bring quality entertainment to your show.
He thinks he should be the center of the attention.
You spit on me on your own show. How dare you?
Yeah. Is that you? Is that what it is? You've taken over my show now, right? Is that what it is?
I said it was your show. I think you're spit farming me.
Got it. Yeah. Well, we got to do that if we don't do that. But so the Chargers, they take the victory last night, and that's a big victory for them in reality because we were just talking, Podfather, about you thought maybe they were pretenders, not really contenders, but last night they kind of showed a little bit different if you had the opportunity to see the game.
Who are we talking about?
I was talking about the Chargers, my friend. See, he's here, but he's not here. I don't know.
Look, again, who did the Chargers beat? They beat the Vikings.
Right. Yes.
I wouldn't say that they're lighting the NFL on fire.
Yeah. So so what you're saying is who did they play in order to get that where they're at right now?
Right. Because once you say that about the Cowboys,
Well, the Cowboys. That's another story. That we got a lot.
When you say that about the Jaguars, who
Well,
they beat?
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to talk about that actually because my Jaguars, they definitely didn't, put on a great show, across the world. In fact, I think, and matter of fact, Tom McManus, he is a former Jacksonville Jaguar, and comes on the show. He said, he said it a little different. I said, I want the Jaguars of the first few games, not the last one, but he said, which team are we really? Are we the first two games where they won, they played, they looked good and beat, had to come back and beat the Chiefs and then they had to come back in another game? Or are the Jaguars what we've seen the last 2 weeks? I'm prone to kind of think maybe it's a little bit of what we've seen for the last 2 weeks. What's your thought?
What's your question?
What's your question? Are the Jaguars, are they the team that you saw? Okay, so the way Tom McManus said, they're 4-3. Are they the Jaguars of the 4 or they're the Jaguars of the 3? I tend to think it's the 3. What's your take upon what you think you're seeing from the Jaguars to this point?
I mean, it's too early to judge them right now. I mean, they're
Why not? What do you mean it's too early?
You mean answer? You're gonna keep talking.
Okay, I'll try not to talk. I'll try to.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. No. Look.
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard him. We're 7 games in for crying out loud.
Yeah, we're 7 games in, right? And the thing is, the team is still trying to figure itself out. It's gonna. He's not even listening to himself. Let me know when you're ready, Sonny.
All right. I'm ready. I'm getting the mic, so we're kind of close to the mic work. So go ahead.
Are you ready? Are you ready for some really in-depth analysis from me?
Yeah, from you. Yeah, okay. In-depth analysis from the Podfather. Here we go. It'll be 1 sentence. Here we go. Go ahead.
This is a week-to-week league, okay? I mean, the
week-to-week league.
The contenders and the pretenders. They're all pretenders.
They're all, you don't know who they are right now. I mean, what week is it going to take to figure out who the pretenders are compared to the contenders? How long do we got to give them?
Would you call the Philadelphia Eagles contenders or pretenders?
Absolutely, the Eagles are contenders.
Okay, they're barely winning games.
Well, hold on. How many check marks are up underneath the W side for the Eagles? Oh, most of them. They've only lost 2 games this season.
Right, but they're barely winning. But according to you, it's based on how you're winning these games. They're not putting teams away.
Right.
They're hanging on by a thread on every one of these wins. So, who are they? Are they contenders or are they pretenders?
They're the defending Super Bowl champions. They're automatically contenders, especially since they're 5-2, regardless how they're getting the wins, because they have got the history of doing it.
It's okay. You can be wrong. It's okay.
I can be wrong. Okay, so I know the Jaguars are pretenders.
Well, I know the Cleveland Browns are protected.
And are the Dallas Cowboys, by the way, who got Stephen A. Smith. Hold on. You ain't going to believe this. Yeah, watch it. Stephen A. Smith said that the Dallas Cowboys are going to make the playoffs. Out of all the people that said it, Stephen A. said it. What's your take? I mean, you watch the team from week to week. You've got an opinion about them. What do you think the Dallas Cowboys are? Are they pretenders or are they contenders?
They're a team that cannot cannot string 2 consecutive games together on a winning day. Okay?
2 games together.
Yeah, they have not done that at all. Even when they have closely done. Okay?
By the way, can you hear me right now?
Unfortunately, yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I thought I had a mute button going on. So I'm sorry. My apologies.
You should be very sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, before we go any further, shout out to Denise Jones and the people at Sword Championship Wrestling as our former boss, Bobby Horn, passed away last week.
Yep.
And so tell that kid in the back to shut the hell up.
That being said, that was I still haven't gotten. I don't know, Father. I still haven't really, his passing really has had an effect on me, really, in reality. Bobby Horn, Sir Mo, half the team of Men on a Mission passed away this past Sunday. It really has. I haven't really, I put a message out on Facebook, but that is nowhere near how I feel about that situation with him, with his passing. So I'm not feeling really.
You know what, though? I look at it this way. We've all worked for him. Me and you have worked for him.
We worked for him.
We know who he was outside the ring, right? We knew who he was when he was in business, right? And we saw him suffer for a long time.
Yep.
Guess what? He ain't suffering no more.
Yep, that's a good thing.
And if and now, does he belong in a Hall of Fame? Does he not? That's inconsequential. Okay, he's no longer with us. He left an impact in DFW for Source Championship Wrestling, for you and I to work together like we did. All the things all the good that's come from. There's been some bad, but there's been a lot of good. And let's just focus on the good part, okay? He left a legacy in DFW as a professional wrestling promoter who,
right,
whether he made money or not, whether or not he, put together the best top-notch shows in the world, he brought people who were a core base of people into that crowd every single show. And through COVID, through the transplants, through everything else that man has ever gone through, he was a fighter till the end.
Yep.
And it was going to come to an end eventually. It came to an end on October 19th this year, and I'm saddened for the loss, but at the same time, I'm glad he's no longer suffering.
The suffering is a big part of it, but more in the fact that I can't help go back thinking that this guy used to call me his guy, which even
Pissed me off.
it kind of piss you off. It kind of still even brings tears to my eyes. Just thinking about it. But at the same time, I'm going to come out with something proper to say here soon, because I still haven't gotten all my thoughts together on the man that is known as Sir Mo, who gave you and gave me guys who were not the professionals, not the WWE guys, but an opportunity to do something fun, something that we enjoyed, and we put together a pretty good show, I think.
Well, and as I said in my post, there were sometimes people would watch our show, would watch the stuff we put on YouTube.
Yeah.
And they were saying we're getting two shows at once. We're getting you two guys bickering, which is always great, and we're getting wrestling. And at the end of the day, we entertained people as best we could for what our sole purpose was to do.
Absolutely.
And it worked out well.
It did. All right. That being said, of course, that's the name of the show Sunday. Catch us there. I want to go to Obi and his Cleveland Browns. Now, they are in a situation where they give away Joe Flacco, which, by the way, Cincinnati said, thank you, Cleveland, in a big round. You got to love it. So, no Joe Flacco. But that being said, the quarterback position now has become a story. It's a soap opera. Should it be Justin Gabriel? Should it be Shedeur Sanders? Right now, Gabriel's getting all the snaps. Shedeurs off to the side. They still think they're picking on him. What is your take upon the Shedeur Sanders situation now that we don't have Joe Flacco in Cleveland?
So, Sonny, here's what I'm going to say, is that you said it's been a soap opera. It's still a soap opera. It's a soap opera from day one.
Right.
After they drafted Dylan Gabriel in the third round.
Yes.
And 2 rounds later, they draft Shedeur Sanders, who before the draft, everybody was talking about should be taken in the first round.
Yes.
And so now, and when we went into the season, at one time, the Cleveland Browns had 6 quarterbacks in their quarterback room.
Yep.
Now we're down to 3.
Mm-hmm.
So we're down to 4. 3, 2 are Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. And the third one is, I can't remember his name.
Deshaun Watson.
No. The third one.
The other guy.
Zappy.
Yeah,
Zappy.
Zappy, who played for a couple of teams.
Deshaun Watson, who's not going to sip the green grass anytime soon in Cleveland. So here's my thoughts about that. Is I think it's Dylan Gabriel's job until he gets hurt or he absolutely sucks big time. Like the Carson Wentz sucked last night. So I think
So what did he do last week?
who? Shador?
No, Dylan Gabriel. I mean,
He was okay.
he was okay.
He was okay.
He was okay.
But what has been Cleveland's identity for years and years and years? Cleveland was able to run the ball on Miami because it was awful weather,
Yes.
wind, rain, all kinds of shit, and Miami couldn't figure that out.
Right.
And the Browns ran up and down the field on them,
Oh yeah.
controlled the ball, everything. So,
Imagine if they had Nick Chubb still.
hey, yeah,
Yeah, that guy, remember?
Chubb, yes. So I really think that the Cleveland Browns quarterback room is going to continue to be a soap opera week in, week out. And, like
Are they going to call for Shadir Sanders from the fans, from the stands? Are they going to?
Yes.
Is that going to
Yes.
happen?
Yes, it will.
How long will it take for that to
It'll
happen?
probably take maybe 2 weeks of the Cleveland Browns fan watching Dylan Gabriel be awful.
Yeah.
And then they're going to start chanting Shadur, Shadur from the dog pound.
Then the next question about
Yeah.
that is,
Yeah.
because I've been waiting to ask you this.
Yes.
What if he proves them wrong? Because I don't know if those that watch the show, not a great big fan of Shadur. Although a couple of weeks ago, the Jacksonville Jaguars made a big mistake. I hate this guy, but they need this guy because guess who's on the other side? His buddy Travis Hunter.
Yep.
Both at least he can be somewhat happy and maybe get a good Shadur Sanders. But I don't know what kind of Shadur Sanders that we'll get, even if he does get that starting job. He doesn't have his buddy, or at least some kind of semblance of normalcy for him in reality, coming from Colorado now into the NFL.
If Shadur comes in because Dylan Gabriel absolutely sucks and Cleveland is out of it, and there's like, you know what, just put him in because, as Todd said last night, why isn't Minnesota playing somebody else? Because Carson Wentz was bad.
Yes.
Well, that's going to be the same thing. And then the Cleveland fans are going to say, get Shadur in there. And if he comes in and does good, it's going to be a big slap face to the organization and the ownership.
Absolutely. An embarrassment, actually.
An
That's the word I was.
That is,
But that's
Bryce, are you ready for this? The Cleveland fucking Clowns. That's the organization.
And that's what they've been doing for 30 years. Now, I took a lot of heat earlier, and I said that they should start Shadur right away. Because what's the worst thing that's going to happen? They'd be in the same boat that they're in right now. There'd be no different. I don't think the record would be any different. Maybe one more game. But at least can this guy actually do it? And then maybe, if you don't keep him, you got enough film, you got enough talent, you can take a look at him, you decide, no, you don't want him, trade bait this baby. And they didn't even give him the opportunity to get that. So now, where they are, as far as the rest of the season, they almost can't trade bait him because who's behind him? Zappy, which, by the way, who? Yeah. The only reason why I know him because last 2 years he played in New England.
Yeah.
And he was a starter in New England for a little bit.
Yeah.
But that being said, then he went to Denver. He did a stint in Denver. Now, that being said, I'll shoot it over to the Podfather if he's paying attention, if he's not napping. What's your take now up on the situation with Shadur Sanders and where they stand right now as they got Dylan Gabriel starting these games? How long do you think it's going to take for them to come out and go ahead and bring in Shadur?
Has Dylan Gabriel thrown himself out of the position yet? I mean, has he ruined his spot yet? Until he does that, he stays the starting quarterback. I mean, Shadur Sanders was brought in a late round pick. Let's be honest. I mean, money wise, you're going to pay the guy a little bit more who's going to be your starter, and that's going to be Dylan Gabriel right now. Now down the road, if he goes into a game and throws up 5 interceptions and can't complete a pass and can't get any forward motion at all, yeah, push it over and see what happens because he's a backup. But right now, as long as he's a backup, which is what he will be, your starter is Dylan Gabriel until otherwise. If he gets hurt, let's see what Shedeur can do. If he, if Cleveland goes into Week 10 and they are they're 2-9 or whatever the deal is, however the math works on 2-8. Maybe you want to give him a shot at a game where you think he can succeed in. Maybe a game against Miami or a game against right now the Bengals. I mean, maybe a game against the Titans or whatnot. A game where it could be winnable for Shedeur to build some confidence because he has none. He's a backup. He has to have that chip on his shoulder, like he can actually do this. And until he shows that he can do it, they're going to keep him on the bench.
He needs reps, no question about that. But at the same time, if you're listening to everybody, he's not getting those reps, and people are beginning the criticism of what that's all about. Why isn't he getting the reps? But here's the thing. It wouldn't matter if it was Joe Flacco and he was playing good. He wouldn't see any reps. So he's getting a little bit now, but if he had another person in front of him, he'd be handing the water to the guys as they're coming out here. He'd be the water guy. Yeah. What's that guy's name? Boucher. Water boy. Yeah, water boy. Boucher. Yeah. He'd be another Boucher in reality. That being said, I don't necessarily know what the thinking is, but one last thing on the Cleveland Browns, because I think he's feeling the heat right now. He's getting griddle marks on his arse. You like that? Arse. On his arse. That being said, the head coach, Kevin Stefanski, is right now on a hot seat. And this is the problem with that. This is not his fault. This whole thing about where the Browns are, this has almost nothing to do with the head coach because of who they brought in, the demands of who they brought in. He couldn't say, hey, this guy's not our starter. He can't play, but he couldn't do that. My question is then, why be a head coach? I mean, I know it's a business. But Kevin Stefanski isn't going to go starving if he lost his job. I lose my job, then there's going to be some problems. Kevin Stefanski lives in a nice, beautiful home. He's got plenty of food, so I'm worried about Kevin Stefanski. That tells me the guy has no stones. He has nothing to go up on. He is picking how do you say it? He's picking business over what should be done to be better as a football team right now.
To prove your point about Stefanski having no, I'm going to say Stefanski has no power within the organization. Stefanski did not want Shedeur Sanders.
No.
It was the ownership and the general manager who wanted him.
Well, they got drunk one night and said they thought Deshaun Watson would be the right guy for this football team. And obviously that hasn't worked out.
No, it has not.
All I want to know is what were they drinking that night? I'll take a hit of that.
Some wine and cheese.
Yeah, wine and cheese, yeah. You're right. It's a little late to be figuring that out.
Right, yeah.
That being said, Father, I'm going to take this back to you. That was my point. The simple fact of the matter is where they are in the season right now, it doesn't hurt to find out. See, Dylan Gabriel's going to be your guy. Do you guys need anything? We got a wonderful waitress here. Two more. Yeah, get loaded. Then go. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Well, no, there are many nights when we should not be. But that being said, where were we? Oh, yeah, Kevin Stefanski. Godfather, when you see what Kevin Stefanski's at right now, you say what you say. Do you think anything that I've been saying about Shedeur Sanders, do you think Kevin Stefanski wants to go ahead and play Shedeur Sanders and he's getting a roadblock from ownership right now?
That was like y'all said. You said Stefanski didn't even want to draft him.
No,
so he's not putting him on the field. So I mean, he's having the stones to step up to the owner and say, "I'm not going to play the guy you drafted."
I think that's funny. I would love to he's going to give Kevin Stefanski, he's going to give that political answer, because that's what their job is. Wouldn't you love to be the fly on the wall in the meeting rooms on this guy, Kevin Stefanski, and his feelings, real
No.
feelings about Shadir Sanders?
No. Because I don't live in Cleveland.
Say that again?
Because I don't want to live in Cleveland.
Well,
that's why I want to be a fly on the wall over there.
I wouldn't want to live in Cleveland either. I mean, so yeah, But that being said, they got nice meeting rooms there at the stadium.
They got nice meeting rooms in Cowboy Stadium too. Okay, I don't live there either.
And I wouldn't want to be in the Cowboys one either. Don't get me wrong. By the way, my people who came up with the wonderful I got an AI person that came up with this. That was pretty good in itself. But guess what? We got something coming up Sunday with that guy that's in the other frame, by the way, coming up Sunday. So we got something for Podfather, and you got to love AI. I don't know how to do it. That's why I got my people. And and that's MIPEETLE people.
Hey, Shane, do me a favor. Put the headset on Obi real quick.
No. Oh, no. Okay.
I want to talk to you.
He wants to talk to you, and it's probably going to be about me. But here you go. Go ahead. This is going to be good.
What up, dude?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, now it's a better show. Listen, here's the thing. You see that guy right there next to you?
Yeah.
He has people.
You'll go back.
How scary is that for you? He has people.
This whole thing here is all about me.
That's okay with me. It's okay. It's okay.
When we get
he has people. Everybody has people. I have people.
I've been talking to people. See, I learned how to own people, over time. That's the way it works.
I do have to. Yeah.
Look, hey, just a quick, because I got you on. I'm going to talk directly to you right now.
Okay.
Help Sonny, because he's not more. Listen, what's your thoughts on Cleveland right now as a whole? I mean, are they in the right position to do what they're doing, or because if you get rid of your coach, you start all over again. Right? You start over with an owner's favorite who's going to do what the owner wants, and nothing good's going to happen, right? Kind of like the Cowboys. Tell Sonny to shut up, jeez. But look over at Sonny and punch him in the beard.
Hey, stop.
What?
He said stop.
No, I'm not talking to him.
Hey, but I'm talking to him. I can't talk over you.
By the way, it's a pretty big. Well, it's small. It's small now, but all right. Tell him to stick it.
No.
Here,
no.
All right. Here, all right.
I mean, mute.
Right, so I'll mute it from
Sonny, not you, Obi.
Bird.
I got the double bird.
You did.
Not just one. I got two.
It was all towards one person.
I got two flyers.
That's right.
It's towards that person. The person back in the house.
Ask me the question again.
Okay. Let's say they look at the current coach they have there. They get rid of him. They start from scratch all over again. How far back does that put the team? Is it going back any farther than they are now, or did they take a step in the right direction? Because again, it's all about who you get, right? And even if you get the right person, they have to work within underneath the owners.
Yes.
It's like the Cowboys. Whoever Jerry brings in, they got to work according to what Jerry wants.
That's right. I understand. So here's my thought. So if you ask me after week 7, if the Cleveland Browns were 3-4, that's what they are, right? 3-4. Let me make sure.
2-5.
Oh, 2-5. You asked me if they were 2-5 after week 7, I would say you're crazy. I would say one win. I was figuring one win. So
this is
an improvement. But what I'm going to say is that Kevin, they're almost in a position where they can't afford to get rid of Kevin Stefanski.
Right.
Because if they do, they're going to go backwards.
Exactly.
Telling you that. I'm
I
telling you that. I'm going on
100%
record
agree.
right now.
100% agree.
Great
Because
coach.
What?
Great coach being handcuffed,
Exactly.
and he can't do anything
Right.
about it because he has no
Most
Because
coaches
he's
are.
being told.
It's
He's
just-
being told
He's being told and said
what to do.
he needs to go. I forgot. Did you hire me to coach this team for just to kiss your ass for 3 hours?
You're right. You're right.
Oh,
Yeah.
So here, what I really am hoping to hear. So, Podfather, I want to go back and not to take over your show.
I'll do it.
My
You're
father-
way better than he is.
To go to go back on what you said is the NFL is a week in and week out pretender kind of organization
Yeah.
league. So going back to week 7 alone, who would you say had the best performance of that week?
Actually,
I'm trying to think of who all played this last week.
NC Chiefs.
What?
Look,
NC Chiefs.
the Kansas City Chiefs came out of the shell.
Well, they're close second.
What? What did you say?
The Chiefs came out of their shell, so good for them.
Okay.
But then they played the Raiders, so I mean, look out that window.
It's the Raiders, right?
I mean, see, every win we have, everything we try to justify with, you have to put qualifiers in there, right? Like Dallas looked good last week, right, on offense. But think about the qualifiers. No Terry McLaurin. They knocked out the quarterback,
Yeah.
and the Commanders couldn't do nothing on the defense.
Yeah.
So there's qualifiers to every game. You know, I mean, do I think the Cowboys are contenders? I know what Stephen A. Smith said, but look, they might get a few good pieces back on defense. That don't make them a contender because they still got to win more than just once a week. They got to win twice, 3 times, 4 times consecutively to even be in consideration. They ain't done that yet. They ain't done that in 2 years. So until they do anything like that contender-pretender thing, it's all going to come down to November and December, as it is for every.
And we're 1 week out from November.
I mean, look. If you look at it in the NFC, you might have the Lions as contenders.
In my opinion, they were the strongest performance in week 7.
Right,
but they came out on Monday night and spanked them.
But they have their own hiccups. They're out there.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Chiefs. Chiefs have that too.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. They're beatable. Teams are looking at this team going, dude, this is not, if we dot a few more I's and cross 2 more T's, we can beat this team.
Yeah.
They're not dominating us on the field by any stretch of the imagination.
There is no dominating team right now.
No.
But going by week 7, the most dominant team I thought was Detroit.
Right.
Now, obviously, I didn't watch all games. I got stuck watching the Chargers with my buddy Todd. Sorry, Todd.
That was almost hard to watch.
Yeah. But then Chargers come out and they look strong last night.
But
They're playing a Minnesota Vikings team who the Minnesota Vikings quarterback absolutely sucked last night. And why did he suck? Because he was hurt.
There's your qualifier.
Right.
Because, look, if you look at San Diego I'm sorry, not San Diego, the LA Chargers, right?
He called them San Diego Chargers.
It happens. I mean, we all did it, right?
He called them San Diego Chargers.
Hey, by the way, I did you a good service here today. I'm playing Madden 26. I took Arizona out of Arizona and put them in Houston. Now the Houston Oilers are back. So the problem is they gave me different uniforms what they would play, and I'm going, God, this is horrible. But anyway, to tell with that. Listen, I said this last week on the show. Are the Chargers really that good? Who have they beaten?
No, listen. The Chargers are good as long as the running back for their team has a game like he did last night. That is right now. That is Charger football. Running the game, running the ball, controlling the clock, and guess what? That is Jim Harbaugh football.
Okay, and I get what you're saying, there's a certain love affair that you guys have with Harbaugh, and I understand that
I don't.
completely.
Whoa. No. I don't have a love affair with Jim Harbaugh. I
No,
hate the man.
That's cool.
No, he loves it.
No,
Look.
His wife loves him, so
hey,
yeah, no, I
by
don't.
default. That's what it is.
I get it now, but my question is: look at the Cowboys, okay?
Yeah,
Great on offense, suck on defense, right? If you put them against the Chargers right now, who's the better team?
Chargers.
What if Dallas beats them?
I'd still say the Chargers because I'd say Dallas got lucky.
But
Because I
here's
think
the thing:
the Chargers have a better
down.
the Chargers have a better defense.
Wait a second.
But
Does this guy have the audacity to say that the Dallas Cowboys are better than the Chargers?
No, that's not what he said.
no,
He's
shut the fuck
asking,
up.
he asked me if the Chargers played the Cowboys, who would win.
The Chargers will blow them out of the water.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah, he's also a Jaguar fan. Listen,
And Justin Herbert.
He said, "You're a Jaguars fan. That's okay."
I'm just saying, you want to talk a Cowboy realist? Give Justin Herbert an opportunity to throw the football against that defense.
okay,
They
time
don't
out,
even
time out.
They
Time
can't
out, Sonny.
cover anybody. They got, like you said, they got lucky last week, and that's what ended up happening. Because I'm going to tell you right now, they had no business losing to the
Winning against the Commanders.
The Commanders. I mean, they have Dan Quinn. They got a better defense. They got a definitely better offense. That Jaden Daniels forgot to take a snap, and he just looked awful. So,
But they didn't have McLean either.
and they didn't have McLean and that's going to be a big part. When you lose your number one, then you automatically are starting behind. So getting out of the gate doesn't happen. But the answer to that question is you got to have someone that can get you at the end of the race to come across the finish line as the winner. And they didn't have that guy to maybe take that step.
Godfather, what I saw from the Chargers last night, and you're going to think I'm crazy. What I saw from the Chargers last night, they utilized Justin Herbert where they've never utilized him before. Justin Herbert ran the ball. When he saw there was one-on-one on the outside,
It opened up.
and the quarterbacks turned their backs to him, he ran the ball. And the Vikings had no answer for it.
Okay, here's
Normally
my
that
qualifier
defense
for
is
that.
good.
Who they play again?
Dude, is that your favorite word today? Is
No,
qualifier?
because we're in this league right now to where you have to justify almost me. Everybody justifies to me how come the Cowboys are this or they're that. Look, do the Cowboys have the best offense? They're winning games when they need to win. They need to win games they're losing. Okay, they've lost games that they shouldn't have been losing, and their offense didn't help me out either. Okay,
What?
The Chargers wide receiver
McConkey.
McConkey. Yes, okay.
Lad McConkey, I think it is. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're having side conversation.
Yes.
That's what happened.
So go ahead. What were you saying again?
no, what I'm saying is this. Look, yes, the Chargers beat the Vikings yesterday. Okay,
Right.
look out that window. A lot of teams have beaten the Chargers this year, like a lot of teams have beaten the Cowboys this year. Only lost 3 games. I mean, we're week 7, okay? When we get to week 10, week 13, we'll know who's who. We'll know who the actual contenders are and pretenders are at that point. Right now,
by this time, we should have an inkling of who are the contenders and the pretenders.
If parity wasn't the way it is right now, we would know that.
Pretenders are teams that here's my classification. There are contenders, there are pretenders, and there are teams that are no way and holy shit are you making the playoffs. And that is Cleveland. That is Jacksonville. That is the Panthers.
Jets.
The Jets. The Jets. The Bears are on the cuff right now. The Bears are surprising me.
Are they contenders or are they pretenders?
I think they're pretenders,
Yes.
but they're literally on this cuff yet. They're not that team that, holy shit, they're never going to make the playoff this year. They're close. They're getting closer. But here's the big caveat for the Bears. and I'm hoping this is recording or whatever.
It is.
Cuervo,
Cuervo.
this is for you. Your quarterback is a crybaby, is a whiner, and he's not a team player.
But they've won 4.
That is gonna handcuff you guys going down the stretch.
They've won 4 in a row.
I don't care.
I agree with it.
Here you go. I'm giving you back, buddy. It was nice talking to you one-on-one.
Yes. Oh God. Yeah, that's the answer for him on everything. Oh God. That being said, we are here. We're at Barrio Brewing Company. We're out here at the Mesa Gateway Airport, and well, I'm not having any libations. I'm stealing his, but I have Dr. Pepper. But that being said, we are here. We're going to take a quick break. I need to hit the head and maybe get something else to drink. So we're going to do that. We're going to take the quick break here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. Are you, wait, what's he want?
We'll see you in a bit, Tom Fano.
He said he'll see you in a bit. All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to take the quick break here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. We'll be right back.
Have hail damage to your vehicle and you're in the DFW area? Then First Choice Auto Hail is the first choice and right choice for you. First Choice Auto Hail Repair wants to protect your vehicle's value and investment by repairing hail damage. We even cover deductibles up to $1,000 per vehicle and can help you have your vehicle repaired for zero out-of-pocket costs. Give us a call at 469-288-2639. That's 469-288-2639. First Choice Auto Hail Repair, a name you can trust. Barrios Brewing Company is Arizona's oldest brewery. In 2017, Barrios opened up in Phoenix at the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. Barrios is a roomy brew pub featuring its own brand of craft beers on tap, plus burgers, tacos, as well as sports on TV. Check out a few of their favorites, such as the Barrios Bacon Jam Sliders, 2 beef sliders covered with their own savory bacon jam and cheddar cheese, served on a pretzel roll. Yum! And how about Barrios Brats? The house bratwurst is slowly simmered in a copperhead pale ale, grilled over.
At Wesson General Contracting Incorporated, we're your one-stop shop for all your general contracting needs. We are locally owned and with over 20 years of experience, so roofing, gutters, sidings, fence staining, painting, foundation problems, or roof damage are no problems at all. Give us a call at 214-200-5588. That's 214-200-5588. Wesson General Contractors.
The prospect of retirement can be exciting and scary at the same time. At Nest Egg Wealth Advisors, we have found many people either approaching or currently in retirement fail to truly maximize some of the benefits offered to them, primarily Social Security. What is it? How does it work? It's simply not a benefit that you start receiving at age 62. Because these decisions are so important, my firm has assembled an informational packet on Social Security. If you would like a complimentary copy of Social Security Maximization, please give our office a call today at 972-412-6064 or visit us on the web at nesteggadvice.com. At the Jerry Bullet Training Center, we are a motivated team of coaches with the mindset of helping you achieve and reach your highest goals. Having developed and trained over 100 Division I athletes as well as Division II athletes, even professional athletes, the Bullet team definitely has the knowledge and mindset to take you to the next level. Check out our new 22,000 square foot facility and 3,000 square foot weight room, along with 4,500 square feet of outdoor turf and covered training area, along with football and soccer field. Contact Melvin Bullitt at 214-326-7853 or visit the facility just outside of Waterview at 8900 Princeton Road in Rowlett.
Being taken for a ride? Check out Costo Insurance, serving Texans since 1981. Bundle your home, auto, or business insurance and save a ton. Costo Insurance on the corner of Main Street and Rowlett Road, where we make insurance fun. Or check us out on the web at CostoInsurance.com, where we always have the coffee pot on. Yeah, but is it fresh?
There is nothing that beats good home-cooked barbecue. Since 1941, Dickey's Barbecue has done all the cooking and you take all the credit. Come see us today at our Rowlett location, 5701 President George Bush Turnpike, Suite 110 in the Target Shopping Center. Whether you want to eat in or take it home, we will fix you up. For lip-smacking, rib-tickling, knee-slapping, foot-stomping, great-tasting barbecue, come see us at Dickey's Barbecue today.
Here at Fit Body Boot Camp, located in Saxe, the solution is here. Fast, long-lasting weight loss results and the healthy lifestyle you need to keep them. The key to your fat loss success is our signature afterburn workouts, as well as support and motivation from our world-class coaches, and an easy-to-follow nutrition program to help you keep the fat off. Visit your local Fit Body Boot Camp in Saxe today to see the difference for yourself, or give us a call at 214-463-3005. That's 214-463-3005. Fit Body Boot Camp, Saxe. Saxe Ice House is a non-smoking craft beer and beer pub located in the heart of Saxe. The Ice House was opened to provide a friendly, clean, and female-friendly environment. Saxe was lacking a place for service industry, date nights, and girls' nights, as well as happy hours. Excellent service and top-notch food are our priority. On Tuesday, we offer 79-cent wings, as well as half-price burgers on Mondays. So check us out at the Ice House, located at 6501 Highway 78 in Saxe, or give us a call at 469-304-1550, or check us out on the web at SaxeIcehouse.com. Go Mustangs! Barrios Brewing Company is Arizona's oldest brewery. In 2017, Barrios opened up in Phoenix at the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. Barrios is a roomy brew pub featuring its own brand of craft beers on tap, plus burgers, tacos, as well as sports on TV. Check out a few of their favorites, such as the Barrios Bacon Jam Sliders, 2 beef sliders covered with their own savory bacon jam and cheddar cheese, served on a pretzel roll. Yum! And how about Barrios Brats? The house bratwurst is slowly simmered in a copperhead pale ale, grilled over an open flame, served with your choice of sauerkraut or caramelized onions. Yum again! So check out Barrios, located at 5803 South Sossaman Road, number 212 in Mesa, Arizona. Or give them a call at 480-988-7171. That's 480-988-7171. Barrios Brewing Company.
To the Couch Potato Sports Show. It is me, Sonny Clark, the hardest working man in sports radio, along with Obi and the Podfather, Friday Night Podfather. Now, that being said, we're getting into a week where we're going to start seeing more of the actual contenders moving up. So I'm going to ask the Podfather, since he is here, what teams do you think will start making that move to be the teams where you got to go, this team is, playoff bound, at least playoff bound? Are there any teams that you're thinking of that could have been considered pretenders that will actually be contenders?
Well, right now, Green Bay's got to step it up, because right now the Lions are kicking their ass right now.
Yeah, they are. They'll be fighting for that wild card. The Green Bay Packers.
I don't know how they're doing it, but the Niners are still staying.
Fighting for a wild card?
Yeah, they're fighting for a wild card because the Lions are kicking their ass
But they have the tiebreaker against the Lions.
right now. Yeah, the tiebreaker against the Lions. But how about Indy? I mean, we're seeing the regurgitation. Well, maybe not regurgitation because that's a bad thing. But we're getting the Daniel Jones that looks like the Daniel Jones that the Giants actually, drafted to be. He's being the guy that they wanted him to be 5 or 6 years ago. And now he's just all of a sudden. Now we talk about it. We talked about it before. Cuervo and I talked about it before. Sometimes you need a change in scenery. What do you think of the Indianapolis Colts? And are they pretenders? Are they contenders? Are you going to look at the teams that they played and go, well, maybe not? What's your take?
I mean, look, the argument about the whole you beat who's on your schedule. That's true because if you don't beat them, you don't matter.
This is true.
So. The Colts are doing their part.
You got some bad teams on that schedule.
Yeah. So right now they're doing what they need to do to at least be in the conversation.
It's not their fault. They have bad teams on the schedule.
Say that again.
It's not their fault that they have bad teams.
No. Well, no, it's not their fault. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, they got to play the Titans. It's not their problem.
Yeah.
So look. As long as you beat who's on your schedule and you built, I'll wait till Sonny's done.
Oh, I hear you.
Okay. As long as you beat who's on your schedule and you look good doing it and you look like your team is coming together as a whole, you're gonna have blips and everything else. It's gonna happen. It's the NFL. You have injuries. I mean, look at the 49ers. They are down 22 freaking people again.
Yep.
And they're in first place.
Walking mesh unit are the 49ers. Yes, sir.
Yeah, they're a walking match unit. So, I mean, but yeah, they seem to keep it going. How they do it, I don't know. But they do it. But, will they fall off like they did last year? I don't know. Right now, I'd say they're contenders. But can they stay healthy? Can they get healthy?
Jim, can they stay healthy? Are they going to get healthy? The 49ers? The 49ers?
Right now, I think, as much as I hate to say it, because I love Brock Purdy, I love Christian McCaffrey, I think that 49ers are a pretender.
I wouldn't doubt it. They were that way last year.
Waitress, she needs another drink. By the way, 49ers are not, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. And it has nothing to do with what's on the field. It's their sideline general. That head coach, Kyle Shanahan, this is a guy that has been able to take this team where they have for the last, year, just a calendar year, and put them together. Now, granted, they got the injuries and everything. Did they make the playoffs? If they did, they barely did. But this year, they seem to be able to, as of right now, put it together, getting the wins when you don't think they are, based upon what is happening on the field. That means key personnel out on the football field not there. And so Kyle Shanahan is the reason why the 49ers right now and will continue to be contenders, because he knows how to coach. There's something to be said about a coach that can get to his team, their podfather, and get your guys to play the way he wants them to.
Then what was he last year?
Well, he had to listen. They won.
We had the same situation last year. Injuries, the same players except for a few. Yeah, he had better players on the team last year.
You want to talk about? You said it earlier, and this is your fault. You said it. How they have looked in order to do it. Look at how they're winning. Mac Jones, my God. I mean, I went off on. I did not want Mac Jones as the backup quarterback in Jacksonville. They're not doing much better with Nick Mullins. Oh my God, Nick Mullins is the backup quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The former 49er. Yes, that's. I can't believe I'm about ready to say I think I'd rather have Mac Jones than Nick Mullins, for God's sake. But what the 49ers have been able to do is, and this is coaching. This is not Mac Jones being all of a sudden, hit by lightning and he's going in and winning football games. No, he's being coached. And where's he being coached? The most important position on the field, quarterback. And he has been able to have Mac Jones not be a superstar, but enough to get the victory until Brock Purdy does come back. Managing the game. There's something to be said about.
Here's their schedule thus far. Week 1, Seahawks. They win 17-13.
Not impressive.
At Saints, they win 26-21. They're
Impressive.
or against the Cardinals. Really? 16-15, they win. 16-15. Then they go and play Sonny's Jaguars, and they lose 26-21. Then they go play
by the way,
at Los Angeles against the Rams. They win 26-23. They lose against the Buccaneers at Tampa Bay, 30-19. And then last week they played the Falcons and won 20-10. That's not a great schedule right there.
However, I'm going to interject.
Right.
You're right. Those teams, except a few on there,
Right.
they suck. Okay, the outside. Let's just be honest. The teams they play, but without having Brock Purdy in the lineup, without having Bosa, they lose Bosa. They're losing guys right and left, but they're winning football games. Even though, and normally when you got the walking mash unit that they got, you lose some of those games. You lose the games that you shouldn't really lose.
Right.
But what they've done
Give me the next
Last year.
next 5 games
for the 49ers.
for the 49ers.
At Houston against the Texans.
They should be able to win that game.
At the Giants
They should be able to win that game.
against the Rams at home.
They're going to lose that game.
At the Cardinals
They're going to win that game.
and at home against the Panthers.
Good God, what a great
And
schedule.
then at Cleveland.
So,
Oh my God.
what?
They're now a contender.
Yeah, well, they're contender because the teams are so damn bad. Go ahead, Podfather.
You said that it's a sure loss. They're going to lose to the Rams.
Oh God, yeah, I think the
They
49ers.
beat the Rams early in the year, though.
So what?
Well, I mean, it's not a sure win if you beat them before.
Well, yeah. Well, guess what? That happens. But
Yeah, and guess what? I'm just saying, you're right. All this is, look, you win the games that are on your schedule to build up your team's reputation as far as being that kind of team, right?
Yeah.
How do you win and everything? That's my argument I had with you with the Jaguars. It don't matter how they're winning the game; they're winning their games when they're winning. It doesn't carry over for every single week like it should.
right.
But you have
It
to
doesn't
build
carry
that.
over.
You have to build momentum any way you possibly can. Otherwise,
Yeah.
once you get hit with something derogatory, it takes you all the way down to zero again. And that's where I think the Niners are they're stepping up this year where they couldn't do it last year.
Right.
So
Right. Yes and no, but we talk about it all the time. It's the check marks underneath the W side are wonderful. Ones on the L, not so much. But it's how you get those W's. It's how you get those L's. Case in point, the Jacksonville Jaguars did not go, and I'm going to steal this from Tom McManus because he just said it in a different way. He's a little bit more political correct than I am. The Jacksonville Jaguars did not go across the world for business. They went for sightseeing. They went on vacation. This was a disgusting performance for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And frankly, I called it from day one of that after how they lost the game before. Then they just go in and don't show up. So it's about how they do it. 49ers, they are getting it done. How? Nitty gritty, getting down and dirty, and getting the games where you go, man, you're gonna have to fight tooth and nail to get it, and you get it. And that's what San Francisco has to do because they can't do it with finesse right now. They can't do it with finesse because they don't have Brock Purdy.
Jones football. And that's Christian McCaffrey.
It's Daniel Jones, yes. Mac Jones. Mac Jones. Now Mac Jones is doing exactly what a backup quarterback should do. Manage the game and give your team a chance to win. You're not always going to win those games, but you got to give them a chance. Put them in positions where they can make plays in order to get the opportunity to get the W. Notice how it was all negative, because when you're a backup quarterback, your expectations in reality is to manage the game. If you get the W, you get down and say that little, prayer to the old football god saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you have Jimmy Garoppolo who wins 75% of this game, you're okay with that. But that being said, this is Mac Jones. This is not a quarterback. And yes, I'm giving a little rib there to my guy, but, and I'm going to even say it right now, Mac Jones is playing better than my guy, Jimmy Garoppolo, as thinking that he's one of the better backup quarterbacks right now. Return of the Mac. That's what you're getting. You're getting Mac Jones. You're getting the Mac Jones that they wanted up in New England that they never got. And now all of a sudden he's showing lights to where what's going to happen. What's the date today? What's the date? October 24th. Mac Jones is going to get a big contract from someplace because of what he is doing now.
I thought they've already renegotiated.
Say again?
I thought they've already renegotiated with him already.
I don't know if they did. I don't think so. I'll look that up. He says he thinks they already did. I don't think they did. But here's the thing. If let's just say they didn't, this guy's going to get 3 to 4 million more than he really, really deserves.
The Niners gave him a contract?
I want to say they did. He has a 2-year, $7 million contract with the Niners that includes a $5 million guarantee. The deal is performance-based.
$5 million guaranteed, 2 years. But you know what that means? He's cuttable. That's what, and that contract means he's cuttable. So it's not like they're in for 20 million on Mac Jones.
But Father, here's the thing. And this is my perspective, my knowledge of football. Any level of football, high school, college, junior college, whatever, and pro. When you're the backup quarterback, your coach is not coming to you and saying, hey, soon our starter's hurt. Before the game, during the week, during the game, your current coach is not coming to you and saying, okay, dude, our starter's down. I want you to go in. I want you to throw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. That is not the role of a backup quarterback. The role of a backup quarterback is to manage the game and get the star players the ball.
The ones that are left.
I was going to say, the Niners, the star players for the Niners are few and far between these days.
Say that again, Father.
The star players for the 49ers are few and far between these days. I mean, they're playing with basically who they had in preseason.
And that alone, you say what we are saying, they're not there. That alone, though, tells you where the stock of Mac Jones is right now. Yeah. Okay. Say whatever you want about it, and believe me, who blasted Mac Jones more than Sonny Clark? Nobody. Okay. But I'm going to tell you right now, this guy's probably getting set to make probably about next year, if they let him go, cut him because they have the 2-year. But if they let him go, like I said, he's cuttable. But yeah, but you got Brock Purdy. You can get anybody to back him up per se. But depending on the situation, what the demands will be for Mac Jones after what he has done this year, say whatever you want. There's a pay raise that is going to be negotiated, whether it's going to be in San Francisco or if it's going to be somewhere else, even though he's on a 2-year deal. That there will be some renegotiating based upon his performance and what he has done. And by the way, you know who that all started with? The renegotiating of their contracts, doing it. One of your favorite players of last time, Mr. Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens was the one that started this. And by the way, and you said it was wrong, I said it was right. When you realize what your value is, you get paid that value. And if you're good enough, you can say, hey, give me that money or I'm gone, or, I'll just piss and moan all over when you got that much money. Now, Terrell Owens wishes he had some of that money now that he doesn't have. But the fact of the matter is when the quality of play out on the football field, whether you're a starter, backup, or whatever the case may be, it puts you in the position to renegotiate. Whether or not he'll get it, that'll be a different story, especially in San Francisco. But other teams, that teams out there, I'm going to tell you the ones that are out there. Panthers are one. The Jets.
Hey,
Yeah.
Justin Fields done a great job.
Yeah, Justin Fields been really good. Well, that's what you know. What the what is it? By the way, I'm gonna ask everybody here, and I'll go to Obi first. Whoever, I mean, you've been watching football for a long time. And I played the game. I've never seen a man in knickers on the sideline in the football, and they got 3 guys in the NFL that are wearing knickers. Which I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just like. And I'm asking myself, is this a man's game or is it a pansy game? Because that's what I get when I see. And I know that's Sonny nitpicking. You know, maybe he's a great coach, maybe he's not. But how can you look at that and respect it as a man playing football? Now, if you want to look at him as a guy, you know, not on. But we're talking football. This is football. This is not. We're going to go, pick flowers on Sunday. No, this is football. How do you look your players in the eye and say, "What the hell are you doing?" And you're wearing knickers.
The only player on any team, on any team, to be wearing knickers or can be wearing knickers is the kicker. Or the punter.
Or the water girl. Or the water girl. Knickers. What's your opinion on knickers out there, Podfather, from coaches wearing these short pants?
Short pants. Okay, I misunderstood you, sir.
Yeah, of course.
I thought you were going a whole different route there, sir.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I got news for you.
I thought I was saying something else, of course. But that being said, I'm sorry. I'm just when I look at football, okay, and I've been watching football my whole life. This is the definition of man. Okay, this is men play football. Okay, not women in knickers. But
I've seen women play football.
I've seen women play football too. But you want to know what? A women's league. That's right. Yeah, they
I saw Kathy Ireland playing in this
era. Yeah, they sell out their stadiums all the time. So or the lingerie football league, which by the way I called one of those games before. Yeah. So but that being said. Of course, that's another thing that I've had the opportunity to do a lot of things, but calling a lingerie football league football game was probably one of the hardest things. Well, it was difficult. Maybe it is difficult to come. Yes, exactly, there, Podfather. But that being said, what we're going to do here is because these gentlemen are about ready to pop out. So we're going to do that. We're going to roll into another commercial here. And when we come back, it'll be just me and the Podfather knocking it out here for the final hour here. But okay, all right. He wants to have a secret conversation with the Podfather.
Okay.
Here we go. But at least I can hear one side of this conversation.
Dude,
aren't you tired of his ass? Come on now.
I'm always tired of his ass.
All right.
But hey, it was great seeing you tonight. We had a great time. I had a great time tonight.
You got beer, so it go well for you.
So
hey, look, I have a question for you.
What?
Are you more offended now that Sonny had to move that more closer to you to do these damn shows? I mean, didn't you like the distance of like having different states kind of tearing it all apart a little bit? Wasn't that a lot more fun?
It's a lot more fun to have him closer because listen, him and I go back a long time.
Right. And
we started this show together. And then, he moved away and we kind of, this and that. We all had our own lives, right?
Right.
But now he's here. It's closer. It's good to have him. My wife gives him a hard time all the time.
Of course she did.
I love it.
That woman probably
That what?
cussed me out so many times when I wasn't around.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You and that push me
Oh,
out.
your ass.
It's nothing but trouble.
So
But I love him anyway.
this dude right here, right here.
Okay.
I love him, man. He gives a lot of shit.
Sir, it's okay. You've been drinking. It's okay. We get it. It's all right.
This guy gives me.
Godfather, really? I've had two. I've had 2 beers.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, I'm not judging you, sir. I can barely drink anything now.
I have 2 drinks and them.
But hey, it was great. It was great chatting with you, and I look forward to doing it again Sunday morning.
Sunday morning, I can't wait
We'll
to
talk to you
be
later.
AI.
buddy. Yeah.
So that being said, my friend, all right, we're going to cut into a break here as they get on out of here. We'll be back here on the Couch Potato Sports Show, and we're live from Barrios Brewing Company. We'll be right back.
At Wesson General Contracting Incorporated, we're your one-stop shop for all your general contracting needs. We are locally owned and with over 20 years of experience, so roofing, gutters, sidings, fence staining, painting, foundation problems, or roof damage are no problems at all. Give us a call at 214-200-5588. That's 214-200-5588. Wesson General Contractors.
The prospect of retirement can be exciting and scary at the same time. At Nest Egg Wealth Advisors, we have found many people either approaching or currently in retirement failed to truly maximize some of the benefits offered to them, primarily Social Security. What is it? How does it work? It's simply not a benefit that you start receiving at age 62. Because these decisions are so important, my firm has assembled an informational packet on Social Security. If you would like a complimentary copy of Social Security Maximization, please give our office a call today at 972-412-6064 or visit us on the web at nesteggadvice.com. At the Jerry Bullet Training Center, we are a motivated team of coaches with the mindset of helping you achieve and reach your highest goals. Having developed and trained over 100 Division I athletes as well as Division II athletes, even professional athletes, the Bullet team definitely has the knowledge and mindset to take you to the next level. Check out our new 22,000 square foot facility and 3,000 square foot weight room, along with 4,500 square feet of outdoor turf and covered training area, along with football and soccer fields. Contact Melvin Bullitt at 214-326-7853 or visit their facility just outside of Waterview at 8900 Princeton Road in Rowlett.
Being taken for a ride? Check out Casso Insurance, serving Texans since 1981. Bundle your home, auto, or business insurance and save a ton. Casso Insurance on the corner of Main Street and Rowlett Road, where we make insurance fun. Or check us out on the web at CassoInsurance.com, where we always have the coffee pot on. Yeah, but is it fresh?
There is nothing that beats good home-cooked barbecue. Since 1941, Dickey's Barbecue has done all the cooking and you take all the credit. Come see us today at our Rowlett location, 5701 President George Bush Turnpike, Suite 110 in the Target Shopping Center. Whether you want to eat in or take it home, we will fix you up. For lip-smacking, rib-tickling, knee-slapping, foot-stomping, great-tasting barbecue, come see us at Dickey's Barbecue today.
Here at Fit Body Boot Camp, located in Saxe, the solution is here. Fast, long-lasting weight loss results and the healthy lifestyle you need to keep them. The key to your fat loss success is our signature afterburn workouts, as well as support and motivation from our world-class coaches, and an easy-to-follow nutrition program to help you keep the fat off. Visit your local Fit Body Boot Camp in Saxe today to see the difference for yourself, or give us a call at 214-463-3005. That's 214-463-3005. Fit Body Boot Camp, Saxe. Barrios Brewing Company is Arizona's oldest brewery. In 2017, Barrios opened up in Phoenix at the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. Barrios is a roomy brew pub featuring its own brand of craft beers on tap, plus burgers, tacos, as well as sports on TV. Check out a few of their favorites, such as the Barrios Bacon Jam Sliders, 2 beef sliders covered with their own savory bacon jam and cheddar cheese, served on a pretzel roll. Yum. And how about Barrios Brats? The house bratwurst is slowly simmered in a copperhead pale ale grilled over an open flame, served with your choice of sauerkraut or caramelized onions. Yum again. So check out Barrios, located at 5803 South Sossaman Road, number 212 in Mesa, Arizona. Or give them a call at 480-988-7171. That's 480-988-7171. Barrios Brewing Company.
Welcome back into the Couch Potato Sports Show as we are broadcasting live. We're live from Barrio Brewing Company here in Mesa, Arizona at the Mesa Gateway Airport. We got a lot of executive planes, the fancy guys. They don't want to fly into Phoenix. They want to be a little bit away, So we got the fancy airplanes out here, the Lear jets and things. Awesome stuff. Here, good to hear from Opie there, Podfather. He finally makes an appearance here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. I thought we were going to get him every week this year, but that hasn't happened. So
things happen. Cars have to change. You know how it is.
Yes, this. Now, that being said, I want to talk a little bit about your Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
And I want to hear your opinion. Now they get the win, which, by the way, no one really expected. When you went up and down that, in reality, only a few people really had the Dallas Cowboys winning.
I think 2 of us didn't. That wasn't me. I know that.
Yeah, there's a couple of them, but I was close to doing it. But I looked at the fact that who was that defensive coordinator? New head coach over there, Dan Quinn. I really
he's not new anymore, sir.
Huh? I know.
He's not new anymore. He's been there since last year.
Yeah, he's been in. That's what I'm saying.
You say he's new. He's not new anymore.
New enough. 2 years is still considered new. Now, if you want to talk, that being said, I thought that this guy would have the plan for the Dallas Cowboys. I thought this guy would be able to figure out what they needed to do in order to get the victory, and that just did not happen. In fact, it was almost quite ugly. You can look at it and go, man, that was really, really ugly. But does that obviously getting a win like that, which, kind of figuring out what kind of team you are in reality, didn't really expect it. So you get one of those unexpected wins. What do you think of next week? Who do they got next week? Who are the Cowboys playing next week?
Denver.
Denver.
That's which, right. By the way, just need to be quiet now because it's time for the pro talk. Listen,
yeah.
Dallas is 2-5 in Denver. They've not won in Denver since 1992. Troyman was their quarterback when they last won.
Yeah.
Dak has never beaten them, ever. They're going up to you can talk about the air being all different there. Hell, for the air being what it is up there, Brandon Aubrey might kick a 70-yard field goal. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
there you go.
Denver has a very strong defense.
Very.
To go up against Dallas is very strong. Some can say overrated. Some can say they are right in line being. This is where Stephen A. Smith comes out and says they can go to the playoffs because their offense can put up 40 points.
Yeah.
Sure. They've done it 3 times this year. The defense is the big key for Dallas.
Absolutely.
It's going to be that way. Like I said with you and Obi, and I don't know if you heard me or not, Dallas has not strung together 2 consecutive games that were good.
Yep.
They on 1 week off the other, on 1 week off the other. They looked promising against the Eagles. Came back the next week and shit the bed.
Absolutely.
Then they came back and beat the Jets. Then they came back and lost to Carolina. I mean, it's like it's been back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They beat the Giants. They beat the Giants, right? But this team has no identity right now for me. Great offense, shitty defense. That's just who they are. They are 50-50. Okay? So until they can figure out, hey, look, maybe playing a little man defense, so this is who we have here. This is what works. It worked last week. Got to play some zone sometimes. May make that work. The biggest thing I think that, and you're going to love this, they are finding the out clause for Trayvon Diggs.
Absolutely.
They don't want him anywhere near this team anymore because somehow, some reason, whether he's overrated, whether he's snake bit, I don't know. He's just not the same player he was years ago.
Fully agree.
And because of that, they need to figure out, do they have the right people outside of him to contain the defender, the receivers. Again, you go man-to-man, they can hang. You go in the zone, you're fucked. That's just how this year has been this year.
So far it has been.
Yeah. Yep. They've had no real outside presence to go in there and sack the quarterback. Now this past week, they brought it. Jadeveon Clowney has been a godsend for 1 week.
So far.
He's been a godsend to this team. Get him for the cheap and see what you got with him. There's rumors out there right now. They're just rumors. I don't know if it's true or not. Max Crosby, same thing. They're talking about Max Crosby. They're talking about Trey Hendrickson from Cincinnati. Will it happen? Won't it happen? I don't know because you only get them for just this year. Yeah, I know. So it might, but you know what though? Stranger things have happened, right?
Absolutely. But I think the key to that in reality, when you think about it, is what is the realistic look as the Bengals if they get Joe Burrow back, when that's going to happen, what the timeline is, which I don't know. But if that timeline works out, you got to pretty much figure out how you're going to keep Hendrickson. And then it's not just this year, then it's next year. Then there's another off season that they're going to have to start talking about in reality. Are they going to bring him back?
That's the thing, because Dallas has what Micah gave them, all that draft capital.
Yep.
You know, they have no one to really trade for him, but they got that capital to go with it. And maybe that's something Burrows looks at and goes, I can hang. Who are you going to bring in? Who's out there that's worth a damn? You know, and
well, hold on. Then don't do it. If you're going to say who's out there that's worth a damn, you just go ahead and keep him. If that's what you're talking about.
But the thing is, though, is that do they want to pay that for a guy who may only play 8 games a year?
Yeah, but the difference, I think, and I'll just throw it out this way, I think the difference in that is not the fact the monies are not going to be anything to where they're going to, I think, have to worry about it in reality, because the guys that are worth a damn and the guys that is Hendrickson, what's the difference? 3 or 4 million? I think you take the stab, you keep Hendrickson and see hopefully next year what can happen, but more in the fact of where they're going to be here in the next couple of weeks, because we already see where the Bengals are right now. The Cincinnati Bengals are 3-4. This is not the worst position that they could have been in at this point in order to keep going toward the playoffs. And then Joe Burrow, I think, is like 2 or 3 weeks out.
You know what, though? The trade deadline is what, the 3rd?
Well, I think actually it's next week, I think, is the trade. Yeah. So, yeah.
No. It's November 3rd because the Cowboys play the Cardinals the next day.
Gotcha. All right. So, very good.
So the thing is, I think, look, if I was Cincinnati, I would entertain the idea of what do they have to give us, because they got a lot.
Right.
If you're the Raiders, you do the same thing, especially with a guy who's from Dallas and who wants to come back over here. So, I mean, if you're to have no chance of ever re-signing him, what can you get for him? And it's a gamble, right? I mean, look, we're going to put all of our eggs in one basket, hoping we can keep this guy.
Hope.
Yeah. Or do it. I hate to say it. Do what Jerry did with Micah. What can I get for him? I mean, is it great? Probably not. They got shit for pass rush, but will they have the same kind of pass rush this year under this particular defensive scheme? because when you play zone defense, you ain't blitzing. And that's a whole hard. I mean, that's Micah backing up into the secondary a little bit to kind of help out with the linebackers.
Well, he can do that. Not a lot of people that play his position could do what Micah does. I get what you're saying.
And then you run into a situation of now we're paying a guy a whole lot of money and we're not seeing anything on the field because they're not throwing his direction. What are we doing here? What can we've gotten for him? It's that art. There's those people who have that argument with that. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that's the game that was being played. Look, Trey Henderson was not going to go anywhere this year. Okay.
No. Exactly.
And when he held out in the offseason, he was not going to go anywhere. And guess what? Michael wasn't going to go anywhere either. If the kid Jerry says, no, you'll be on our team eventually. But, it was a gamble that Jerry didn't want to deal with. Jerry's getting up there in age.
He gamble he lost in reality, if you look at it.
Maybe so, but here's it's easy to say that Jerry lost that deal because Micah's not here.
Right.
Cowboys have shit for sacking right now. But they'd had that anyway with Micah there because their defense is not rigged to sack anybody.
But with the addition, now I don't know if it would have happened, but with the addition of bringing in who they brought in, could you imagine both of those guys, one on each side? We're talking a different kind of defense that would put pressure on the opposing quarterback, which in turn makes the secondary and the backers not have. Well, how do you say they're a little bit more free to play a little bit, and
if you bring
mistakes that can happen from the pressure.
If the Cowboys can bring in one of those two players, Max Crosby or Trey Anderson, that makes your secondary better.
Yes.
Okay. But that's probably not going to happen. Honestly, it's probably not going to happen.
I don't.
But I mean,
that's a big contract, and that's even a bigger contract than Micah Parsons. So and frankly, what's the difference? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Who do I want? I want Max Crosby over Micah Parsons. Why? Because the guy's a baller, and we've seen in the past about Micah Parsons not playing well against good, good football teams. But who brings it every single game? Max Crosby. I'd take him in a heartbeat, and I'd spend a little bit more because I know who he is.
So then, having said that, then didn't the Cowboys do good getting rid of Micah Parsons?
And if they get him,
even if they don't get him, if they go out in the draft this year and get the next big thing on defense, because they might be picking middle of the pack by then, plus whoever Green Bay's got, so at least they can take 2 first rounds and bump that up to an earlier first round if they wanted to.
If they wanted to, and that'll be interesting to see how the Dallas Cowboys play.
If that guy's out there, if he ain't out there, then
if he's not already under contract, if it's a situation where they can't get them, I think Max Crosby could be gotten in reality, seeing how bad the Raiders are and how much do they want to spend.
But here's the deal. You only get him for 11 games.
Well, now.
Yeah, you get him for this year. Then you got to re-sign him.
Yeah. Well, no, you don't have to re-sign him because Crosby just signed, so there's no re-signing of anything. So that's a good thing for him in reality because they already got it on the book.
Then let me ask you a question. Does Jerry look at that and go, Max Crosby, George Pickens?
Well, Pickens has proven that I don't know what his contract situation is.
It's up after this year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, Jared's going to have to dig. I'm not going to say he's going to have to dig deep because, in reality, that might be that's a guy. When you look at next year for the Dallas Cowboys, there's only one surefire dude that you are going to have to sign. And that is Pickens. And so depending on that situation, how much money, look at how much CD Lamb is already making. And you look, and then you bring him in, you got that situation. Who's the other dude? The tight end. He's going to get paid this year too. Oh, did he? Okay. Yeah. So that being said, there's a lot of money being spent on wide receivers.
Also, you got Williams at running back, who's revitalized your running game this year. And your rookie running back can't even get on the field right now in Jaden Blue.
Exactly. And that's actually a good thing in reality if you think about it. And the reason why it's a good thing is because if he does go down, you do have that rookie to come back. He's young, he's fresh, ready to go. It's a great situation as far as running back is concerned for the Dallas Cowboys, I think.
It is, but then you also wasted a year of them too.
Well, so what?
Years are few and far. Have you seen the average age of players retiring these days?
I understand that.
It's going down.
But it's
running back with CT being a big thing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a hell of a thing.
But I think I'd much rather have the young guy who hasn't gotten the miles underneath his legs yet, more so than anything. So, and never mind, remember that guy's getting paid nothing. This is a rookie contract that they got him under. So
3 or 4 years, right?
4 years minimum and a 5th year Oh, no. Because he was drafted in the 2nd round, so he doesn't have the 5th year option. So, but that being said, you still got him for another 3 years. You don't need to make a decision on him. He's not going to be able to demand the money because of what's happening in front of him right now. So the more money might go to Williams, depending on if he can stay healthy and if he can actually show that he's going to be a running back you can actually depend upon. That's going to be the big question in reality.
Then look at it this way. Okay, do we pay Max Crosby, whatever his contract is?
Mm-hmm.
How can we re-sign George Pickens?
Yeah.
How can we re-sign our running back? This is the same conversation we had when they got Dak and CD Lamb put together.
A little bit.
How are they going to re-sign Micah? Well, they didn't.
Yeah, it started with Dak the year before that. Then they went to CD, and then they decided.
I just said that, but I know you got to be right. So go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, who's next is what I'm saying. So
George Pickens be next.
If you can't get Max Crosby, yeah, without question. I think there is a pecking order in reality. If it's a Max Crosby, you got the real opportunity to grab up Max Crosby, you better do it. Because how bad is that defense? And what is Crosby with on the other side? What's the other dude's name? It's just slipping my mind. They just signed him. Played in Cleveland. The guy who took and hammered the Pittsburgh Steelers guy on the head.
Sonny Clark.
No, I forget his name. Anyway, he's a badass that they picked up and just recently, just a couple of weeks ago. He just played last week.
Let me ask you a question.
Huh?
Let me ask you a question.
All right.
In all honesty, I know this is a nothing thing when you think about it because of position, but the guy's solid. Okay. We do the Brandon Aubrey.
You signed him.
Yeah. What? I mean, what would his asking price be right now?
I don't know, but it's at least double what he's getting paid right now.
Right.
Because that dude's not getting paid anything.
If I was Jerry Jones, I was like,
on him.
If I was Jerry Jones, I'd sit there and go, listen, you got 10 years on this team. At 10 years, you'll filter out eventually, right? But I'll pay you more than any kicker would on a yearly basis for 10 years, which is not much.
No.
Considering what kickers get paid. Brian Rankin don't want to leave Dallas, so he'd be happy with that. So I can see him trying to say. Again, me and Bryce have this conversation. Who's the better kicker? The Cowboys kicker or the Steelers kicker? They're kind of 1A and 1B to me because they're just when the Pro Bowl happens and the other teams in the Super Bowl, they're playing against each other. Okay.
Yeah, or someone you still got to pay the money for them. Yeah. So yeah. Who's going to get the more money? I think Aubrey's going to get the money because of what he has done. So they're going to, if Jerry's smart, which we all know he's not really, but when sometimes look what he did with the offensive line. He went with that offensive lineman and paid him.
Sonny, I'm not going to call a guy that's worth $1 billion not smart.
What?
I'm not going to call a guy who's got $1 billion not smart.
Oh, I am.
Well, you can all you want, but you know what? Let me ask you a question. Are you smarter than he is when you're making what you're making?
No, I'm just saying when it comes to football and football moves, he's not very bright. He's not very smart. He's an egomaniac, which affects his football team. Just because you make a lot of money doesn't make you,
does he have the right people in place? I'm starting to think no.
Well, no. But that's totally different in comparison to the overall look
Well, he
of
hired
your
himself.
football
So, I
team.
mean, the buck's off
You
with
know,
him, right?
yeah, the buck stops with him, but I'm telling you right now, the buck is stopping with a person who has problems making the right decision. And you can say whatever you want about the Micah Parsons situation. That's a situation that he didn't do well on. There have been many incidents in the past where the guy made bad football moves. And if you don't believe me, just read some of the things that are being talked about when it comes
But
to
you know what though?
football
But
moves.
how many owners are out there that are hitting 1,000?
How many owners are what?
How many owners / general managers are out there hitting 1,000?
Well, no one's going to hit 1,000,
Right.
but you want to listen. A good batting average is over 400. You love that. He's not even close.
No, I
Okay,
know.
he's not even close. But
He might be 200, maybe.
but I will give him the intelligence that the move that he made with Micah Parsons for the future is I said it on this show. I think that was one of the smartest moves that he did. But that's me saying it. But you go to the experts, and even Bryce said it. You pay that guy. Well, yeah, in reality, maybe you do. But at the same time, where are they as a football team on what they may or may not be able to get in the future based upon what they got?
Well, I mean, when you look at Micah Parsons right now, how different is his game in Green Bay? He barely showed up for the Cowboy game. He had the one big play, and that was it.
That was the one that saved him from losing.
Yeah.
No, he's been playing well actually. If you've been watching, he's been playing well. And
I don't have red zone, so I don't catch all that.
Yeah, he's been playing well, and Green Bay is very happy they got him. So, and by the way, he could play like garbage all day long, but he got a tie instead of a loss. So he pretty much saved the Green Bay Packers in reality in that game for it to be under the L side of it. Obviously, he's not the one that's really in reality going to get the W for him. That's got to go. That's got to be Jordan Love. That's got to be those guys. Micah can only do so much, but he's not being the same guy that he normally has been in Dallas. And maybe it's because it's the new, right? The new car smell.
Is he still have a podcast?
Yeah. Huh? I don't know about that. I heard he had one, and that was a big concern on people. I'm sitting here thinking, hey, I mean, he doesn't spend 24 hours out on the football field. He should get some time, to do what he wants to do. It's based upon maybe some other moves that he does that takes time away from football. But as far as my understanding, that did not do that. It did not do that. By the way, we were talking earlier on this show about the 49ers, and I want to tell you right now, this is a guy right here, Christian McCaffrey. All right. See, over 200 yards total offense that you get from one guy, and a guy, by the way, we talk about injuries and guys that you want to keep out on the football field. They could ill afford to lose that guy right now, based upon right now the mass unit that they are, but they've been feeding him the ball. But I think the way they're doing it also is getting them out on third down, getting them the ball in the receiving yards is a perfect thing for keeping him healthy so he doesn't take the beating going in the middle, rushing that football.
Boy, they are sitting there saying, please don't go down. Please don't go down.
They're holding their breath every time the guy gets the ball.
My God. I mean, he's just on the field. They're going, okay, bubble wrap. Get the bubble wrap out.
Are we in Carolina? Please, we don't want to be in Carolina right now. We don't want the Christian McCaffrey Carolina guy. And that's what they're hoping for. They're hoping that they don't get that guy, at least right now, and for the near future. Say whatever you want, man. That's a bad man right there. So,
it was a hell of a trade when they got him.
Yep.
I mean, there's no doubt about that. He does make that team better. So did Deebo Samuel when he was there.
Yeah.
But again, they are part-time players.
Yeah.
And I go back to the amount of money you want to spend for a player that's a part-time player. You learned that with Trayvon Diggs. The Cowboys are ruined on that one.
Right.
I mean, you ruin that with with them. A lot of quarterbacks who are fragile nowadays. Like they sign big ass contracts, they go down, and we as sports fans sit home and go, they're a bunch of pussies. They can't get up there and play ball like real men or whatever. I'm like, well, we don't know what they're really going through, but because we're sitting there with our big old Santa beard and everything else, and they're going, I can do better.
You can do better. That's right. You can do better. That's why. By the way, this is going to get wider here in the next 3 weeks. It's going to be. Real.
Well, I heard the kid back there when you had Ovion. He's already scared of you. So I mean, he's already got the same thing going.
Yeah, this one here, she definitely.
Hey kid, if you're watching, it's the Easter Bunny.
There's some really spooky Easter bunnies, by the way. Just I mean, if you go out there, it's bad. Santa is bad enough, but spooky Easter Bunny guy, yeah, that's great.
And we won't even talk about the Tooth Fairy in Arizona, all right? No.
He's quite busy in Mississippi and Arizona. So
why are you busy? They got no teeth there anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Mississippi's a good one. Hey, here you go. Take a look at this. So who's doing better? I mean, obviously it's not Anthony Glenn. Okay. Obviously it's not Kellen Moore right now. So you got Shoddy at 3-1. I think 3-1. I think you got to be ecstatic about that. Cohen, I think they're the three. Their team is the 3 losses compared to the 4 wins. And then you got Johnson. Johnson doing what he's doing as far as the Chicago Bears. So looking at this list and who do you think? Where do you rank them?
I mean, to be honest, and it's only because I see more of him. Shoddy's got that locker room. He completely has that locker room.
It is amazing. It is good.
And I think he's exactly what the owner wants.
Yeah,
pieces of
he's nice and cheap. Yeah, he's definitely what he wants.
Does he have all the pieces around him that he really should want to have? I don't know. I don't think Eberflus is the answer.
I don't think so.
But
do you think he's got all the pieces he really needs?
If you would shut up and let me talk, you would hear what I was saying.
Maybe.
Fuck off. Anyway, listen. Thank God this show's radar. But no, look. Does he have the right pieces in place? I don't think he has all the right pieces in place.
Nope.
He's got some things that are working. He's a really good offensive coordinator. The proof is in the pudding what the offense is doing. That is under his system. Honestly, I think if he dug up Wade Phillips, put him as defensive coordinator, that'd be a better team. But only because Wade can coach defense. But having said that, I mean, Eberflus came to this team thinking Micah Parsons was going to be on this team.
Of course.
And he was going to coach around with his talents.
Yeah.
Now you take him away from him, and you need to flee. You basically kicked him in the nuts on that one, and you go, okay, well, we're not adding anything to you this year, except for maybe was it Ryan Clark or whoever it was that came over from the Bears, not Bears, the Packers, but also let me talk, Sonny. Shut up. Also, let's bring in Javion Clowney as well as a late addition. See what you can do with him. And last week, if you're going to gauge anything off a week-to-week basis, the defense figured a few things out last week. Given the qualifiers of who they had to go up against, again, no Jane Daniels the entire game, no Terry McLaurin, and an offensive line that really sucks. So it is what it is. Again, Dan Quinn coaches a great defense, and that defense got lit the fuck up last week.
Yeah, they did. And Dak seen exactly what was going on out there. And I will tell you this, okay? When we were talking at the beginning of this season, we were looking at the Commanders of being contenders. We were. I think everybody was. They had them at worst second in this division behind the Eagles. So, I'm sorry, that kind of makes you a contender. That puts you in that position. So, where they are, and that also being said, they've got a problem in reality. They don't have McLaurin out on that football field. And I will say this, and you get Jaden Daniels out again this week. So you don't have McLaurin. You don't have Jaden Daniels. If you are the Commanders right now, you're asking, what are we going to do? Because the simple fact of the matter is you're missing the 1-2 punch, and some would even question if you have a 1-2-3 punch. In reality, they're in Washington, and I was including Debo, and Debo can't even stay out on the football field.
That's no shock either. That's really no shock. Once they picked him, going, he's good for 6 games.
Yeah, exactly. And but I want to talk about the guy that everybody is talking about. Everybody's talking about an MVP coming to the quarterback of the Denver Broncos. That, of course, being my guy. But man, they take a big loss this week. This is a big loss for the Buccaneers.
And they suffered last week too.
Oh God, yeah. And that being said, you look at guys are saying that the best team in the NFL, and with all due respect to Gronk, okay, I think
means the brightest guy in the world. So I ain't worried about it.
Yeah. The meathead that he is, he plays the part really well as a meathead.
A lot of money though.
I'd be a meathead too. That having been said, the Bucs are one of the better teams. I'm not even going to say they're one of the best teams. They're just one of the better teams. They just happen to be in a division where all 3 other teams in that division can't get on the field in and out, each week. So, obviously they're the team to beat in the NFC South. So that being said, by default, by the way, because gosh, the Saints are bad. The Panthers are just God, the Panthers are just God awful. And what's the other team in that division? They're so bad I can't even remember who they are.
Falcons.
Yeah, actually the Falcons are better, but I want them to be better. But still, they're going to win that division by default. So what they need to do is they need to get healthy. Not having Mike Evans in that lineup for as long as they're going to have him, it's at least 6 to 8 weeks. So they're not going to have him. So they need to maintain, and hopefully they'll get Mike Evans back for the playoffs, because this team's going to be at least in the playoffs, at least the first round anyway.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. If you're Jerry Jones and you're willing and dealing right now, trade deadline, Tampa Bay needs a receiver. You got a guy on your team, George Pickens, coming on a contract year next year. Obviously, he's in a good spot with him and CD right now, but he's got value.
Yeah,
he's got trade value, and you have a receiver there in Illinois that showed pretty well a couple weeks ago. And can he carry the load for a little bit longer? I don't know. You still got Jalen Tolbert, who's still sticking around with. He has one nice play a year. So, and I think you already blew that one already. So, if you're Jerry, do you sit there and go, I got a piece that can help them out? What do they got?
Something like that.
Do they have anybody on defense that can help with their secondary? Do they have anybody linebacker-wise that can go after the quarterback? That's not anywhere near Micah Parsons money-wise?
Good point.
You have a piece. Again,
do you think it depends on how they're going to do for the rest of the season, though? Like if they're just going to crap, crap the bed,
you don't know until you do it, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't know what's going on. How long are you going to be able to make to wait to make that move? It's only 1 week. How do you feel going? You only got really 1 week to look at that defense and say it looked pretty good, and that was last week. But how many games is that defense going to cost them for the rest of the season? That'd be the biggest question, I would think.
That's the thing, because it would be. If you don't have the pieces right now to do it, and Tampa Bay might have a guy or two on that team that can definitely help you back the other team's offense up a few plays, and you got a piece that can help them replace a guy who's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks, because that's damn near a season. Why not? Again, we look at football as who's got the best players. Owners and general managers look at it as like who's got the best chess pieces in place right now. Not all the time they're going to win, but sometimes they're going to make that one move that's going to make a difference. Could this make a difference is it worth it for Tampa Bay to will and deal with the Dallas Cowboys And is it worth it for Jerry Jones to willing to deal with a team that's desperate for a receiver? Is it just me right now? I've seemed to have lost Sonny. Anyway, check out the Podfather channel on YouTube. Do a lot of movie reviews and, get my numbers up. I just hit 100 subscribers, so let's keep building that up. And, okay, so you're on mute, buddy. You're on mute. You're the best I've ever heard.
But I agree. But
You should the entire show on mute, so when you want to talk a lot more and keep on talking, we just talk over you.
Yeah, well, that's the.
Because nobody wants to hear you, sir. Really.
Yeah, like they want to hear you, but yeah, I know
I bring
they
it,
want to
sir.
hear me.
I bring it every single week.
I think what, you don't think I bring it every single week?
You bring what's in your head. I bring what's to the masses. Okay.
I see.
I'm a man of the people, sir.
I see. All right. If the season ended now, this is what you're looking at as far as the draft order is concerned. And we talked about the bad teams obviously being the ones. Are the Jets, Dolphins, Titans, Saints, and I'm not going to include the Ravens, but then you got the Browns, the Giants, and then the Arizona Cardinals. Are any of them dumb enough to actually move out of this spot?
I mean, the Dolphins would. Dolphins are stupid.
Well, this is true. That's a good point. The Dolphins has not been. I mean, they haven't fired their head coach yet. That tells you something right now.
If I was Jerry Jones right now, I say, listen, Miami, listen to me. I got number 12 pick. I got the second to the last pick of the draft. We want that number 2 spot.
Yeah.
We're going after Archman, or who the fuck we're going after at this point.
Archman.
I have no idea who's coming out in the draft. All right. We're going after Travis Hunter Jr. Who knows? Why not? You get something out of it. You get 2 number 1 picks.
Maybe.
It's all based on what Miami does with their coach, which I can't imagine that's going to go anything past this year.
No.
Especially with how they're playing. It's too early to do anything with Glenn over in New York right now because it's his first year. He inherited the shit team that Aaron Rodgers up and left last year.
Yeah, but man,
plus you gotta look at it this way. Look at the optics on that. Okay, hate to say this. Look at the optics on that. Here's an African American coach who's been looking to get a head coaching job for a long time. He gets one, and they can't win a game.
Well,
because of the talent he has around. Because it's not about coaching at that point. It's about the talent you have, and you don't have any talent.
You're not going to amount to jack squat.
He's gone. He's already
after 1 year.
He's already gone.
After 1 year.
After 1 year.
That's ridiculous.
This is so bad that you can't even give him the benefit of the doubt. This is so bad.
Okay, fine. Let me ask you this.
Hold on. Don't interrupt me. I'm not done. There's zero organization on that football team. There's zero chemistry on that football team. There's their defense, which is the reason why they got them, is god awful. Okay. It's bad enough the offense isn't performing, but you got the guy that was supposed to bring the defense together. No, this dude is gone, and it wouldn't shock me if they got rid of him in the middle of the season. That being said, I don't think they'll do that. But this guy is gone.
Okay.
Never mind the fact that he's wearing, women's spring fashion out on the football field each and every week.
Okay. Let me ask you this then. What coach that's currently available can come in and win 1 game for this team? The line does not form to the left.
John Gruden.
Dude, can he take this group of misfits? They're misfits.
Yes.
Get them to coach it up for 1 game for 1 win.
1 game, 1 win. There's only one coach out there right now that can coach. I mean, Parcells is not going to be able to coach, right? Now, I've been hearing that this would be a disaster if they did it. So I'm saying this today. Rex Ryan is actually they're actually talking to him, I think, behind closed doors to bring him back. He used to coach that football team. They were bad enough there. they might bring this guy back. I'm telling you, it'd be a horrible decision if they did, but there are a few guys that might be able to take this team and make them better. The question is could you get them? But the guys that are available, there's only another guy. There's a guy that's going to also be available, Bill Belichick.
I was going to say
Those
Belichick,
are-
but with him you get the girlfriend.
Yeah, you might as well get something good out of the deal.
She's not good.
Maybe she can be on the front of their calendar or something. I don't know.
No.
But those are about the only two that can do it. And that's if Bill Belichick becomes the Bill Belichick we've seen back in
How
New
much
England.
money would it cost? Remember, coaches have no salary
Costs
cap.
a lot of money. A lot of money. They'll cost
You
either
the
one
Jets
of those
are,
dudes.
I mean, the Jets got their current coach
They're not paying him.
at a reasonable price for his first time head coaching gig.
It just depends on how important winning is to the Jets, and that we've already seen that they're not interested.
Well, let me ask you a question. As bad as the Cowboys have been for the last 30 years, look at the Jets. They ain't done shit since the 60s.
Yeah, but the Jets never had a tradition of winning. They got Joe Namath winning the Super Bowl 40 years.
That was longer than the Cowboys.
Yeah, no, longer, lot longer.
That's what I'm saying. It's been longer.
But nobody expects the Jets to win.
Yeah, but no one expects the Colts to win either. But they're doing their best right now.
Right now, but they've been better since the Cowboys.
I think the thing is, when you look at teams that aren't expected to win,
yeah,
that gives the coaches an out. That gives the coaches any out. Say, well, look, no one expects much from us.
Right.
I mean, we're the New York Jets. We're not the Giants. Okay.
Right.
So, I mean, it's kind of an out. Which is, I think, it's kind of the out that Daniels or the coach of the Miami's got right now.
Yeah,
look, this team ain't won since the '80s. So what are you talking from me? You know. So I mean, Jimmy Johnson couldn't win with this team. So what do you expect from me to do?
Well, I don't know.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
You gotta get your shit in, don't you? You're like every bad indie wrestler out there. Gotta get my shit in.
Something like that. No, well, if that be the case, I would have been early. We got to get Joe in every once in a while. Yeah, if they scare him, tell him I'm sorry. Tell him I'm sorry. Hey, Poe, what's up, bro? Oh, man, he is out.
Killed him.
I killed him. That being said, that's the name of the show. Again, catch us Sunday, 9 to noon over there at that time. Now, interestingly enough, I want to, rapid fire. We're going to, I saw that and I put the laugh up. I had to go back and just give the thumbs up because you did that on Bobby's post. So I had to go back. I thought, anyway, that being said, these right here, here's your leaders right now, not counting yesterday. So he's obviously over 2,100 yards because Herbert had a hell of a game last night. But look at Dak Prescott right there, MVP talks. But I'm telling you, the guy that no one's talking about, and it's not even Daniel Jones. People are talking. Matthew Stafford right now is looking like an MVP caliber quarterback right now, and doing it in a way that it doesn't look like he's even working very hard to do it. That's one of the things I like about Matthew Stafford. I'm so glad he got out of Detroit where he had an opportunity to get that Super Bowl because Detroit wasn't doing him any favors.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
That ain't MVP, right? Most valuable player.
Yes.
Players that can do this, but even a team that's shit, they're just putting numbers and they're doing what they need to do to win, right?
Yeah. Yes.
If you take Matthew Stafford away from the Rams, are they a losing team?
It just all depends on who they get in there, but in
theory,
yes, they fall off the map in reality.
Really, who's their backup?
You know who his backup is.
I don't know who their backup is.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay, so you put in Jimmy Garoppolo, right? Do they still have the same kind of team?
Of course they don't. I mean,
why are you turning on your own? Okay, I want you to date this right now. Date this now at 6:29 your time. You said Jimmy Garoppolo could not take this Ram team to anywhere else where they're at.
He can't carry Matthew Stafford's jock. I'm sorry.
Wow.
He is that
You
good.
substituted
Yes,
one black guy after
I
another.
know. Yeah.
Wow.
You just can't do it.
First, you get on here and throw the N word out there quite a bit, and now all of a sudden, you
That's
said
not
Nicker.
what I said, Nicker. You know, stop
That's
it.
not. I got a list of complaints right here on my
Just
show.
knock it off. There,
I
that's
got a
right
lot of
up
complaints here, sir.
there. Anyway, here's your receiving yards.
Oh my
up
God, you're right
there.
there. The name up there at the end, the beginning, Smith, with the N word. Oh my God, how dare you?
Yeah. So that being said, that's the name of the. Look at your boy up there, George Pickens. And by the way, if he got the more opportunities like he should have got earlier, he'd be up there.
Well, I mean, honestly, he's getting more chances to catch the ball than say, I don't know, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, that and he still got the ball
Which,
with
by the way,
CeeDee Lamb in the lineup.
By the way, I'll let you know, Marvin Harrison Jr. sucks on Madden. By the way,
I don't care about Madden.
Well, I'm just telling him he sucks there too.
You want to know what I care about?
Huh?
Is that he's much better with the backup quarterback Jacoby Brissett than he is with Kyler Murray. He's getting the looks. He's catching the ball. They're playing better football without Kyler Murray. Yeah.
Again, he's engaged.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me do this. Bryce, he is playing better without Kyler Murray. And guess what? He would play better for the rest of the season without Kyler Murray. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bingo.
Anyway, all right. So we got that. And who's the sack leader up there? Look at these guys. Okay, Byron Young is up there, but look at those two. Broncos. I mean, and then how about Aiden Hutchinson? I mean, the guy was a superstar before he got hurt last year, and he is now so far playing what he was playing last year. Let's see if he can keep it going for the rest of the season. That would be the big thing. Good to see Aiden Hutchinson up there. Here's your top 5 leaders in tackles. Of course, you're looking at teams that don't play good. They got to make plays. They got to tackle something. They get the opportunity more. So you got Dolphin and Titan, thank you, dear, as well as a Jet in there making all the tackles for him. So now, wrong one. That's not the one. This one. Here's second.
Where I saw that one.
Where I say that? Oh, then I get them all? Yeah, I did. I got them all. All right, cool. So that was the run that I wanted to do before we got on out of here, as we did it. And we're going to be doing this on Mondays or Fridays. It's Friday Football Fanatics going to be here. We saw Opie for an hour. Holy cow. And
I felt bad for him. He had to sit and tolerate you.
We don't even get him for an hour.
Sorry, Lord. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to piss you off. We got thunderstorms out here.
Yeah, Mrs. Obi will be, pulling them out of here if it wasn't here. So, but we got that. So,
did he have a ride home?
He did.
Because clearly he did not look like he was in any shape to drive a vehicle. You didn't catch this, but when you walked away, he had the Browns in the Super Bowl. He had Shadur Sanders being the all-time leading passer in the NFL. He said Kevin Stefanski was going to be coach of the year this year. He was going all out right before you came back, sit back down again. So
drunk off his ass. Right?
A drunk Obi's a fun Obi, okay?
He's a fun Obi. And actually he's a fun guy.
And by the way,
if you look at Obi, the first thing you don't see is fun, right? And you don't say,
listen, I appreciate him coming out here saying, dude, he prefers me on the show than you. So I really meant a lot to me, really. He talked about all the years he had to carry your ass on this show and how, over and over and over, you would just talk over him. And the reason why he would come on the show because he has to get into his words, otherwise his wife. That's why I told Sam out there today. So
gotcha. By the way, before we get out of here,
Bingo.
we're talking Jerry Jones and guys that they should go after. This guy, if you want to make a splash, you go to the Dolphins and you get what's his name? That wide receiver, not
Tyreek Hill.
Not Tyreek Hill. Is it Waller? Is it here?
Yeah, Waller. Yeah.
You go get that guy. That guy's a stud. And by the way, the Dolphins are a free fall, so you might as well see if you can grab that guy up. He would be a great addition to your Dallas Cowboys. And who knows, you could maybe win games by 50 at that point, depending on obviously the defense. So it is. So I have a lot more, but we had Obi on. So, but we'll save them in case we need to talk about something on Sunday. So, interestingly enough, Joe Boo's Voodoo on top in that. So we got to knock them off of the top. So I'm going to have a good week. I'm going to predict everybody's going to have a good week this week. There are only 2 games I think that are going to be the difference makers this week, and only 2 games. So interestingly enough, I think I'm going to come out on top next week. Whoop, I just lost this guy. He had to go. He seemed that he was out. But good to see the Podfather, and good to have Obi here live here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. You can catch us every Sunday, 9 to noon, and we will bring it each and every week. So for everybody involved, good to see Obi here, there, and the Podfather. I'm Sonny Clark, the hardest working man in sports radio, coming to you live from Barrios Brewing Company. It is Arizona's oldest brewery. And guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm taking me home a Reuben, and I'm taking me home a barbecue Western. I'm telling you right now, guys, if you don't come here and enjoy the atmosphere, at least order something and come and pick it up at 5803 South Sossaman Road, number 212 in Mesa, Arizona. Or give them a call, 480-988-7171 for that pickup. That's going to do it for us on the Couch Potato Sports Show. Join us Sunday, 9 to noon, when we cover them all here on the Couch Potato Sports Show. And that being said, have a good evening, everybody. Bye-bye.